Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube, and good evening. Hi, honey.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, good.
I'm glad to be here with you today.
Me too. I'm here to be with me too.
You're glad to be here with you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's a privilege for me to be with you. Huh?
Joking.
My name is Pablo Marte, and this is my beautiful wife.
Marisely, Marte.
And we are Power Marriage. Why are we Power Marriage?
It's not because we're good in our marriage.
Are you sure? I thought
Yeah.
we were good. I thought we were
No,
cool.
we're growing.
Oh, okay. We're working on being a power
Yes,
marriage.
we're working on that.
We're on our way to being a power marriage.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, no.
It's like lifting 5 pounds on both hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
For 10.
what would that do?
It's just, it builds up a little bit of muscle in our marriage.
Okay. I don't know if I understand that analogy. It's kind of like hopping on a train and we just got on the first stop and there's 100 stops to go.
Yeah, well.
How's that? We're like on the second stop and
We're kind of like just getting on the first stop.
Yeah, we just got on the train.
Yeah.
But we're working on it,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, we are.
And the most important thing is that we love each other.
Yes.
And we're gonna make it work and it's gonna be a power marriage.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
See, told you, it's like kind of like lifting weights.
Yeah. All right. So today I want to talk about some things that I am proud of, I guess you can say, in our marriage. I've been studying some marriage material,
Yes, you have.
that because I'm going to be a coach, marriage coach. You already are. Congratulations. You're a life and wellness coach. And so I'm on my way. I'm getting my paperwork on that.
Yes.
And so we can put it somewhere on the
Somewhere
wall, I guess, or maybe throw it in the closet or a drawer somewhere.
Yeah,
but,
or just give it to the dogs. They'll play with it.
Oh, they'll love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, I've been studying some material, and I just thought, they're talking about how to help marriages communicate and things like that, and how people fight. And, during fights, you discover how you fight.
Yes.
Right? As a coach, you would discover how the couple fights, of course, by asking questions, and then giving them pointers and helping them get on a path to where they want to be in their marriage, what the vision is for their marriage, so to get them from the fighting to that point, to help them along the way with whatever challenges they may face.
How to discover themselves.
Yes.
And learn that not everything is a fight or an argument.
Correct.
So.
Yeah. So I was just thinking earlier, and I was proud of the fact that pretty much we've been married 4.5 years.
Yes.
And since we've been married, every single night.
We slept in the same bed.
Yes.
But.
Oh, there's a but?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got a butt and I got a butt. The only times that we didn't sleep in the same bed is
when you went away on your trip.
I went away on a trip to Texas for like close to 3 weeks, something like that.
For work.
For work. And then you went away for work not too long ago, about a year ago, right? Something like that. Not even a full year.
This year.
This year.
In February.
Oh yeah, that's right, February. You went away for like 4 or 5 days, right?
Yep.
Also for work. So that's the only times that we have not slept in the same bed. Now, we've had in the beginning, we've had a lot of bad arguments and discussions and a little yelling here and there and things
not very pleasing.
Not at all. Things where, one of us or the other would say, I'm out of here. One of those. But a couple of times I remember, I said earlier, I feel proud, is there a couple of times I remember that you being really mad at me and me being really mad too, but more as a man, of course, I would shut down after a while, right? I was learning in there that there's a cycle or a dance, a fighting dance, what they call it. Some people call it a cycle, right? It goes on where I'm going to push her button and then that's going to make her react in a certain way because she's going to get upset. And that's going to trigger her to then defend herself and push my button.
His buttons, which we did very well in the beginning.
Oh yeah, we're good at pushing buttons.
I mean, we learned each other's buttons.
Oh yeah, that's one of the first things you figure out because you love them so much, you want to get to know each other so much, and then you just, when you're angry, you want to use those buttons. But pretty much right. So then I push her button, gets her upset. She'll push my button, then I'm trying to make like a circle here going, right? So I
Yeah.
do that, then you push mine, then my button is pushed again, so then I get more
Mhm.
defensive, right? Then I push hers again, and then she pushes mine, and it's a cycle, and it just keeps going on, right? Some people call it a dance. I was looking at one of the videos, and it's very interesting that when that happens, I mean, me as a man, at some point, I'm going to shut down and say, I don't want to talk about it anymore. We just keep going around in circles. All right. I mean, a man tries to find usually a solution, get the problem, let's find the solution, let's fix it. The woman wants to more talk about it
Yes.
and deal with it.
A lot of the times that happened, he would actually shut down to the point that he would ignore me, he would go to sleep, or like he said, he would have just taken his car keys and leave.
Yes.
But many of that time, it felt very hard because I wanted to understand what had happened, how can we fix this, but not him. He would just didn't want to talk about it. He would start getting headaches.
Yeah.
And he was shut down completely to the point where he would get upset to like a very angry bear, and he would get louder, his voice would get louder, and it would project loud. And I didn't want to, upset him more. So I would try to say, well, can we talk about this? He's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. And he will go to sleep. Like he would say, well, I'm tired, I got a headache, I'm going to sleep.
I would try.
And of course, I would get upset. I would get angry. I would pick up my pillows. And okay, well, then I'm not sleeping next to you. Even though I don't believe in that. I don't believe in just picking up my pillow and going to the next room just to sleep. It was kind of hard because I would come into the room and I'll be so angry, so upset because we never cleared the air. We never talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And once those buttons are pushed, and I say something to her, she says something back to me, and then let's say eventually I shut down. At that point, right, she wants to discuss it, but at that point it's not right maybe to discuss it because
We're both angry.
We're both angry. The buttons were pushed. We're at a point where we're shutting down differently, right? I shut down by shutting up and not wanting to talk anymore. She is shutting down because she's not feeling the love for me anymore at that moment because I don't listen to her. But then how can I listen to her if my buttons are being pushed and then I'm upset as well that I'm not being listened to and then I'm defensive and anyway that whole cycle. But that pretty much she would get upset, right? And she would say, all right, well I'm gonna go sleep over there. She'd grab her stuff and leave, and I say, well I'm gonna sleep, and I'd lay there and 5-10 minutes later I'd just be like I can't sleep. So what I'm proud of is I would get up. I would go probably to the couch, right? I think once or twice maybe she went into the closet. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I go find her. I go, where's she? She's not here. She's not here. She's in the, well, this is now an office, right? I used to be a guest bedroom. I'm like, all right, maybe she's here. Find her. Be like, come on, like I tried not to wake her up. Man, I know she wasn't sleeping, but she'd be very quiet there. So I'd go grab her by the hand, come on, try to get her up. Sometimes I'd try to carry her, that didn't always work out.
No.
But pretty much I'd get over there, not wanting to talk, right? Just quietly, I'd come, grab her, say, don't sleep over here. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Let's just go over there.
And we never did talk about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing then. Then we didn't talk about it then we just wouldn't talk about it afterwards.
Well, his thing was, it's a new day. We didn't have to discuss what happened yesterday. And I think that's the wrong way of doing things because you actually start developing resentment for your husband or vice versa, the wife. Because you're not talking about it, you're not understanding what had just happened. Why are we having a fight?
Yeah.
And not discussing that, you do start getting some type of anger, resentment. You start disliking the person because really you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea what's going to happen. What about the next fight? Is it going to be as worse as the one before? Because it does escalate. It keeps escalating to the point that there's no one talking.
Mm-hmm. And then you fear when that next fight is going to come up, you fear going through that same dance again. You fear going through the same cycle. You know it's coming on. And again, you just stuck. You can't do anything because when your buttons are pushed, you're going to defend yourself. And usually defending yourself means either just trying to explain your point but not listening to the other person's point, so that's going to get her upset. Or I may not want to listen to her point and just try to explain why I'm right. She's going to explain why she's right. I'm going to explain why I'm right.
Yeah.
we're not going to listen to each other. We're not going to get it out there. The same cycle starts again. And so it's not healthy to bottle it in, guys. I mean, we do that. More of us do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's always specifically gender, let's say, based, but pretty much guys shut down in a certain way. Women react a little differently. So if you notice yourself the patterns in your relationship when you fight, try to realize, how did you fight. Don't just think about the fight itself, but how did you fight, and see if you can identify your cycle, your dance, so that you can see when it's happening
and correct it,
right? Or say, wow, hey, look, hold on a second, we're getting into this pattern. Here we go again. It's starting. Let's pause for a moment, right? Let's try something different, and hopefully it won't escalate to that point. But that's so funny. I mean, the main point of the video was to talk about how I'm proud and how I feel good that we didn't actually sleep in separate beds ever.
No, we didn't.
You know how couples say, well, don't go to bed angry. Don't ever,
Don't let the sun
go down, right, with you being angry at your spouse. I mean, I can't say that always happened in our relationship. I mean, I think I was angry sometimes when the sun went down and when it was time to go to sleep. But at least
we
I didn't want
in the
her.
Same bed.
I didn't want her to sleep somewhere else. I didn't want to sleep somewhere else. I always wanted her to sleep there next to my wife.
I mean, we have heard couples say they slept in different rooms for like weeks and months. I don't understand that. But that's hard.
You hear from back in the day. Well, even now, older couples usually. I think we're still young, right?
Yeah.
We're considered young. We're not older couples.
We're like considered in the 30s.
We are?
Uh-huh.
It's not good to lie, sweetheart.
Well, they say the new 40s are 30s.
Oh,
40s are the new 30s. 40s are the new 30s.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. So we are definitely in the 30s.
So we are in the 30s.
But I don't want to consider us old. But you hear about those couples that each have their own room, or maybe they sleep in the same room, but they have separate beds.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I mean, it was more, I guess, back in the day, people did that more. And you hear, well, he snores a lot. He won't let me sleep.
He talks in his sleep.
Talks in his sleep. Yeah, some people do that. What? You said something?
No.
Oh,
he doesn't scream out numbers or names or anything. No.
I don't do that. Right?
No.
And I don't twitch in my sleep. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I don't. Like all night long. Those are things that you learn after you get married.
Yes, I actually calmed down. We were talking about that too long, right?
Calmed down. Yeah.
Either I calm down or you're sleeping a little better and you don't feel me doing it.
Yeah.
Because after we talked about it, I felt myself that I was dozing off. I twitched.
I don't think he realized he ever did that or something.
Yeah, well, a long time ago I did, and then when we got married first, we did, and then. But after the past couple of years, it just
I haven't felt it.
It hasn't been a problem like that, but. Anyway, you're going to learn a lot of things about your spouse. The main point of this is, I'm proud that we always slept in the same bed. I think that has helped our marriage a lot. So find out what's good in your marriage. Continue doing that. If you have something good in your marriage, which I'm sure you do, give us a thumbs up.
And write some comments on the bottom.
Yeah, let us know what is good or what are you proud of, right?
Yeah.
What are you proud of? I want to know what you're proud of in your marriage.
Let us know. I like to hear things from other couples.
And I hope this has helped you. And if it has, do what she said. Subscribe. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you got a lot of little polka dots. Can I get a pen and connect the dots
here?
No,
I don't think so, honey.
You sure? I can just no?
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.